Maybe the officials missed it in the game, and then when they had to...
So when a player makes illegal contact, it's called a personal foul, which means this would be. So that would, yeah, that's a personal foul. No, there is no foul. You know, see how? It's because that's why. But when a player makes unnecessary illegal contact, then it's called a flagrant one foul, which means this would be. Let's see, that's unnecessary. Yep, that's a flagrant one foul. No! What would you think? The player made normal illegal contact, which means it's just a personal foul. See what I mean? The player was just trying to get into a defensive position and accidentally made contact with the other player. That's why. But when the illegal contact is unnecessary and excessive, then that would be a flagrant two foul, which means this would be. So that's unnecessary and excessive. That would be a flagrant two foul. No. Flagrant one foul? No.
Right in front of a referee standing just steps away. A fist landed square on Caitlin Clark's throat and nothing happened. No whistle, no stoppage, just silence from the one person paid to catch exactly this. This wasn't a rough foul or a bad angle mistake. This was a punch to the neck seen clearly and ignored completely. And for a league riding its biggest wave of attention ever, that's a brutal look. If you're enjoying this, hit subscribe and tap the bell before we go further, because this isn't new. Clark's been shoved, scratched, knocked to the floor, and now this. Every time the officials look away, every time the league stays quiet. At what point does someone actually step in? This isn't about one missed call anymore. It's about a pattern the WNBA keeps refusing to fix. And it's starting to cost them more than they realize.
That if you don't, any rational person would give up. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it, you don't really love it, you're going to give up. And that's what happens to most people, actually. If you really look at the ones that...
who make things worse. Alyssa Thomas's friends, her coach, people around her coming out, and she's the victim. She's the victim in all this. She should have been given some notice that the league didn't act in the right way.
All right, ladies, your thoughts just as the league continues to work through what many perceive as consistency issues, especially when it comes to games being officiated, Lisa.
Well, officiating is tough. I don't know if anybody's ever even tried to officiate. It's not the easiest game. It's one of the most thankless jobs you can do. But in this particular situation, I thought that the last official should have been able to catch that. I was actually watching this game and I was like, oh, wow, that was a bit much. So in that moment, I thought that the official missed the call. I'm not surprised that the league went back and fined Alyssa Thomas. But I think at the same time, it's tough to think that official would have missed that they didn't have a replay on it. That was tough to me. And I think overall, the league's got to do better. The officials have got to do better, but also players. Players have to clean it up. We used to play in a way that you protected one another. Yeah, I want to play physical. I want to play hard, but I'm not out here trying to hurt you. If I was out there for a loose ball and it was Renee down there, yeah, I'm going for the ball. But if I accidentally punched Renee or hit her in some kind of way, maybe the play goes on, but I help her up. I help her up. You know what I mean? Just out of the like, dang, my bad. You know, so I think that part is important too, the reaction. Maybe if Alyssa Thomas would have even turned like, dang, my bad, I didn't mean to hit you like that. It's a different thing, but that's not what happened. And so I think that the league got it right. But I think overall, Coach Tibbetts is correct. Everything, consistency is important. It needs to be cleaned up for all players, regardless of what their accolades are. None of that part matters. It matters about protecting these players, no matter which team, which position, when they sub in, the start of the game to the end of the game. Every player deserves the same type of protection.
I think the league got the suspension of Alyssa Thomas right. Lisa Leslie disagrees with Mercury head coach Nate Tibbetts and defends Caitlin Clark. Anyone with an ounce of something up there and these things here and these things, yeah, would be able to see that this fella, Nate Tibbetts, I know he's probably trying to protect his player, but oh my god, surely have an ounce of like respect and be like, you know what, yeah, she did something wrong. It was a cheap shot, it wasn't intentional. Wasn't intentional. Did you not see? Am I losing it?
WNBA has never had this much money, this much attention, or this much talent pouring in. But none of that matters if the league can't keep its biggest stars safe on the court. One bad night, ignored, can undo years of progress. So, let's look at exactly what went down because, once you see it, it's hard to explain away. It happened during a fever-sun matchup. Alyssa Thomas, a player known for playing hard and playing physical, made contact with Caitlin Clark's throat. Not a graze, not an accident, a direct hit to one of the most dangerous spots on the body. The kind of contact that gets you ejected in almost any level of basketball, from high school gyms to NBA arenas. And the official standing right there, Angelica Suffren, had a clean, unobstructed view of the entire thing. She saw it happen and she did nothing.
She's 100% supported by us. The people in this league know who AT is. She's a competitor, she's a winner, and she's tough. The one thing she is not is cheap. I respect Steph White. I got to know her with USA Basketball. I respect her as a coach and a person, and I understand her sticking up for Caitlin in this situation. But to say that we had 2 cheap shots in that game, to me, is ridiculous. Steph knows AT. She got the opportunity to coach AT for 2 years, and she knows what AT stands for and what she's about. Next, I'd like to hit on my disappointment with the suspension process by our league and our leaders in the W. This was not a thorough investigation, in my opinion. The people involved were not questioned at all. It's extremely disappointing. No one from the league called AT, our security team, or myself about what we felt like happened in this situation. There is a protocol to be
Clark's hand shot straight to her neck. Her face said it all. Shock, pain, disbelief. And the referee, she just let it go. Play continued like nothing happened. Like a player hadn't just taken a fist to the throat on a live basketball court. At that point, you have to ask, is this bad officiating bias or just nobody paying attention? Because there's no clean explanation for missing something that obvious. And here's the part that stings even more. This isn't a one-off. This looks like a pattern. And patterns don't just happen, they get allowed to happen. No real punishment for the players throwing these hits. No real accountability for the refs missing them. It's starting to feel like the league cares more about its image than about the players wearing its jersey.
And pivoted to private jets. And she's not on the 30-year poster. But Paige Beckers and Angel Reese are. What? I mean, recently there were TV games. Hers got double the rating of Asia Wilson, the best player in the league, the 3-time champ and the 4-time MVP. Double the rating. This is a paranoid, weird, insular league.
One game. That's the price the league put on a punch to the throat. Let that number sit with you for a second, one single game, and Alyssa Thomas was back on the court like nothing ever happened. You can strike another player in the neck, right in front of an official, and walk away with a punishment lighter than a scheduled rest day. That's not discipline. That's a wink and a nod dressed up as accountability, and it tells every player watching exactly what they can get away with. The reaction across the league split instantly. Phoenix Mercury head coach Nate Tibbetts didn't dance around it. He called the hit a cheap shot plain and simple. The kind of play so obvious it shouldn't have needed a review at all. This is a man who spent decades around the game and knows the difference between physical basketball and a dirty play. But on the other side, Thomas's own coach, Stephanie White, defended her fiercely, insisting Thomas is a competitor, not a cheap shot artist. White went further, claiming the league never even reached out to get her side of the story before handing down the suspension. And she wasn't alone. Teammates and players around the league rallied behind Thomas, painting her as the wronged party. The one who threw the punch became the victim in the story. Somehow, now flip the scenario. Imagine Caitlin Clark throws that same punch at Thomas's throat. Picture the outrage. Picture the sports networks running it on loop for a week straight. Picture the calls for a season-long ban. But because it was Thomas, a respected veteran, someone seen as part of the league's inner circle, she got protected instead of punished. That's not just inconsistent. That's a glaring double standard. And it says a lot about who the league is actually willing to go to bat for. Even WNBA legend Lisa Leslie weighed in, and her take cut straight through the noise. She acknowledged officiating is brutal. split-second decisions under pressure.
One of the hardest jobs in sports.
She gets it, but she also said plainly, the official had the angle, and she should have caught it. Leslie made another point that stuck with a lot of people. What happens after the hit matters just as much as the hit itself. If Thomas had turned around, checked on Clark, even just mouthed, "My bad," this whole story plays out differently. A little remorse changes everything. Instead, there was nothing, no concern, no acknowledgement, just a punch and the game rolling on like it never occurred. That silence afterward is what makes this so hard to defend. So, why does this keep happening? Some fans think it's simple jealousy. Veteran players resentful that one rookie's arrival reshaped the entire league's paycheck structure, travel arrangements, and media spotlight overnight. And the numbers back up just how massive that shift has been. Clark's games are pulling in nearly double the viewership of a Wilson's, a 3-time champion, a 4-time MVP, arguably the most skilled player on the planet. That's not a shot at Wilson, who's earned every accolade she has. It's just the reality the league has to sit with. Clark fills arenas. Clark is the reason the league finally ditched cramped commercial flights for private charters. A change that benefits literally every player in the WNBA. She rewired the league's entire financial engine practically by herself. And what has that gotten her? Cheap shots, missed calls, a one-aim slap on the wrist for the player who hit her. And then, to top it off, a poster that doesn't even have her face on it. Let's talk about that poster because, honestly, it might be the most telling moment of all. The league released an anniversary poster to celebrate 30 years of the WNBA. A moment that should have been about pride and history. Caitlin Clark wasn't on it. Meanwhile, Paige Buers, someone who hasn't played a single professional minute in the league yet, was included, and Angel Ree, a solid rookie but nowhere close to Clark's level of impact, also made the cut. Sit with that for a second. The player who single-handedly transformed the league's visibility and its bank account got left off a poster celebrating the league's own history. That's either an unbelievable oversight or a deliberate snub. And neither option looks good. Analysts didn't hold back either, calling it proof of a league that's insecure, defensive, and completely out of touch with its own audience. And it's hard to disagree. Leaving your most recognizable star off a milestone celebration isn't a small mistake. It's a message that says, we don't value what you've built here. This pattern isn't isolated to one poster or one missed whistle. Since Clark entered the league, road games had to be moved to bigger venues just to handle the crowds chasing her. Travel arrangements changed league-wide because of her drawing power. She reshaped the infrastructure just by showing up. And the return on that has been cheap shots, weak discipline, and now this poster controversy. Picture the NBA leaving LeBron off an anniversary poster. Picture the NFL snubbing Patrick Mahomes on a milestone campaign. It would be front page news everywhere. In this league, it barely gets a follow-up story. Fans notice, sponsors notice, and eventually players notice, too, and start wondering why they should stick around in an environment that doesn't seem to have their back. So, where does that leave things? A league with more eyes on it, more revenue, and more momentum than ever before. Actively working against its own success. The Thomas incident isn't a standalone story. It's a symptom of a much bigger issue. Officials letting contact slide, and a front office too soft on punishment to actually deter it. The message being sent to every player right now is simple. You can hit Clark. You can hit Sophie Cunningham. You can hit anyone. And the worst outcome is a short break from action. That's not a deterrent. That's a green light, and eventually someone is going to get seriously hurt because of it. Here's what makes the Thomas defense sting even more. Her coach called her a winner. Her teammates called her the victim, and the league rewarded her with a punishment lighter than most fans' lunch breaks. But what about Cunningham? What about every other player who's been shoved, elbowed, or hit with zero consequence for the other side? Where's their defense? Where's the outrage on their behalf? Some players get benefit of the doubt. Others get hit in the throat and watch the referee look away. That imbalance isn't just unfair. It's dangerous because it creates an environment where players start settling things themselves instead of trusting the system to protect them. There used to be an unwritten rule in basketball. You play hard, you play physical, But if you accidentally hurt someone, you check on them. That's basic sportsmanship. That code seems to have vanished. Now players make contact and just keep moving. No acknowledgement, no accountability on the court or off it. Thomas had a real chance to be the bigger person here. She chose silence instead, and the league, by handing out a one-game suspension, essentially confirmed that silence was the right call. There are also rumors swirling, unconfirmed but persistent, that some locker rooms have discussed specifically targeting Clark, sending her a message about what the league is really like. No one's put their name to that claim publicly. But the pattern of hard fouls and questionable contact around her is statistically hard to ignore, and the light punishments only fuel more suspicion. Whether it's jealousy, resentment, or simply a league that doesn't know how to protect its brightest star, the outcome is identical. She keeps getting hit, and nobody's stepping in to stop it. The league is standing at a genuine crossroads right now. It can keep letting this slide, weak suspensions, missed calls, and stars left off their own milestone celebrations. Or it can actually take player safety seriously. Longer suspensions, real accountability for officials who miss calls this obvious, a clear signal that this behavior has consequences. Right now, that signal isn't being sent. And the result is a league that's more popular than it's ever been, and more chaotic than it's ever been at the exact same time. The poster snub says it all. Honestly, it's not just the scheduling oversight. It's a statement, one that tells Clark and every fan watching that no matter what she's done for this league, she's still treated like an outsider looking in. And that's a dangerous message to send to every rising young player watching from the sidelines. No matter how much you elevate this sport, full acceptance still isn't guaranteed. At the core of all this, the Thomas incident, the missed calls, the poster, there's one simple truth. This league doesn't quite know what to do with a talent this big. Instead of embracing it, instead of building around her, the whole organization seems to be flinching from its own success. That's not just short-sighted, that's self-sabotage in real time. So, here's the real question. How many more hits does Clark have to take before this gets addressed seriously? How many more missed calls before officials face real consequences? How many more milestone moments does the league get to botch before it realizes it's alienating the very fans that got it here? If this league genuinely wants to grow, it has to start protecting the players carrying it. Real punishments for real violations, real respect for the stars driving the ratings. Because if those players get tired of the treatment, or worse, get seriously hurt, the fallout won't be a surprise. It'll be exactly what everyone saw coming. The ratings are climbing, the arenas are packed. The attention is bigger than it's ever been. And somehow the league keeps finding ways to get in its own way. That's not bad luck. That's a leadership problem. So, what's it going to take? Are the referees going to start calling what's right in front of them? Is the league finally going to protect the players actually building its future? The answer to that question decides where women's basketball goes from here. The clock is ticking. The fans are watching, and patience is running out fast. If this story frustrated you as much as it should, don't just scroll past it. Drop your thoughts below. Share this with someone who needs to see it, and stick around because this conversation is far from over.